Welcome to Neo Daily English.
Neo Daily English.
Hello and welcome back to Neo Daily English. Hi everyone. We are so incredibly happy that you are here with us today. I am Leo, and sitting across from me in the studio is the always beautiful and wonderful Mia.
Thank you for that very sweet introduction, Leo. And hello, everyone. I am Mia. On this channel, we are here to help you practice real, everyday English with natural, easy-to-understand conversations. Before we begin our big lesson today, if you enjoy learning English with us, please take a quick second to click the like button and subscribe to Neo Daily English.
Yes, please subscribe and like the video. It really helps our channel grow, and it tells us that you want more fun, free English lessons. Today, we are going to talk about a very common, very useful, and sometimes very funny topic, our jobs.
That is right. We spend so much of our lives at work, so it is a perfect topic for English practice. You will learn how to talk about what you do, how you feel about your job, your daily work routine, and we will teach you some excellent vocabulary words.
But before we jump into the world of work, let's talk about today. How are you feeling today, Mia?
I am feeling fantastic today. Thank you for asking. The weather outside is beautiful, the sun is shining, the sky is clear, and I had a very relaxing morning.
A relaxing morning? That sounds wonderful. Tell me more about your morning. What makes a morning relaxing for you?
Well, I woke up naturally without an alarm clock. That is the best feeling in the world. Then I made a fresh cup of green tea, sat by my window, and read a few chapters of my new mystery book. It was perfectly peaceful. How about you, Leo? Did you have a relaxing morning?
Absolutely not. My morning was the complete opposite of relaxing. I'm actually a little tired today because I woke up very, very early.
Oh no, why did you wake up so early? Did you have an early meeting?
No, I did not have a meeting. I woke up early because of my cat. His name is Buster. He is a very big, very orange cat with a huge appetite. The sun wasn't even awake yet, but Buster was.
Buster sounds like a very funny and demanding cat. What did he do?
He jumped onto my bed, sat right on my chest, and started meowing very loudly. Meow, meow. He wanted his breakfast immediately. My mornings are never peaceful when Buster is hungry.
Well, looking on the bright side, you have a very cute, furry alarm clock.
That is true. And honestly, looking at your bright smile right now gives me all the energy I need for the rest of the day.
Oh, Leo, you are impossible today. You always know what to say. But we have a lot of work to do today. Let's get to our main topic. Today, we are talking about jobs and the workplace. Let's start with you, Leo. Tell our viewers, what do you do? What is your job?
I am a graphic designer.
A graphic designer. That sounds very modern and interesting. For our viewers who might not know, what exactly does a graphic designer do every day?
Well, I make pictures and visual art on the computer. I design logos for different companies. I also design websites, and I make posters and advertisements look nice and colorful.
Logos. Let's explain that word. What is a logo?
A logo is a special picture or a symbol that represents a business or a company. It helps people remember the brand. For example, think about Apple. Their logo is an apple with a bite taken out of it. Think about McDonald's. Their logo is a big yellow letter M.
Oh, I completely understand now. So you are the artist who draws those pictures for new companies. That sounds like a very fun and highly creative job. Do you enjoy it?
I really love it most of the time. I get to draw all day long. I use many different colors, shapes, and computer programs. It's a great way to use my imagination. But I must be honest, sometimes it is extremely difficult and a little stressful.
Why is it difficult? Is the software hard to use?
The software is fine. The difficult part is sometimes the clients. A client is a person who pays me for my work. Sometimes a client will say, "Leo, I really don't like this shade of blue. Please change it to red." So I spend hours changing the whole design to red.
And then what happens?
Then I send the new red design to the client, and they look at it and say, actually, Leo, I think I like the blue color much more. Let's go back to blue.
Oh no, that must be so frustrating. That is a lot of extra work for nothing.
It can be annoying, yes, but being patient and listening to people is a massive part of my job. When the client finally loves the logo and smiles, it feels totally worth it. Now, enough about my computer problems. What about you, Mia? What do you do for a living?
I am a teacher.
A teacher. That is such a wonderful, important job. The world needs great teachers. What exactly do you teach?
I teach English, just like we are doing right now. But at my day job, I teach English to young children. My students are mostly between 6 and 10 years old.
Wow, between 6 and 10 years old. That is a very young age group. They must be completely full of energy. Is your classroom very loud?
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes it is very, very loud, and sometimes it is surprisingly quiet. It completely depends on the day and the activity.
What kind of activities do you do with young children to teach them English?
We do many different things so they don't get bored. We read colorful picture books, we learn new vocabulary words with flashcards, we play physical games, and we sing a lot of songs. Sometimes we even draw pictures to match the new English words.
You sing songs? I would love to hear that. What kind of songs do you sing in an English class?
We have a special song to learn the days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we have another fun song about the weather. We sing about the sun, the rain, and the snow.
That sounds adorable. Can you sing just a little bit of the weather song for me right now? I would love a private Mia concert.
No way, Leo. Absolutely not today. Maybe if you are very lucky, I will sing for you another time.
I am definitely going to hold you to that promise. I will not forget. So, with all that singing and playing, do your young students behave well?
Most of the time, yes. Sometimes they listen perfectly, sit nicely at their desks, and follow all the instructions. But other times, they just want to run around the room, talk to their friends, and play with their toys. It's incredibly hard work to keep their attention, but it's also incredibly rewarding.
Rewarding. That is a fantastic vocabulary word for our listeners. Let's break it down. What does rewarding mean?
If a job or activity is rewarding, it means it makes you feel deeply good inside. It gives you a feeling of satisfaction. It isn't just about money, it's about feeling that your work is important and valuable. When one of my young students suddenly understands a new English word and their face lights up with a big smile, I feel so proud. That is a rewarding feeling.
That is a beautiful explanation. I understand exactly what you mean. For me, when I finish a huge design project and the client says, "Leo, this logo is absolutely perfect. It's exactly what I dreamed of," I get that same exact feeling. So, we are lucky. Both of our jobs are very rewarding.
We definitely are. Speaking of being lucky, we are so lucky to have such wonderful people watching our lesson right now.
Yes, we are. And let's take a very quick pause right here. Friends, we are sharing a lot of excellent workplace English today. If this lesson is helping you improve your vocabulary and listening skills, please take just 1 second to hit the like button and subscribe to Neo Daily English. This is our second friendly reminder because your support is the only way we can keep making these fun, free videos for you every single week.
Exactly. Welcome to the Neo Daily English family if you just subscribed. Now, let's get back to work. We talked about what we do. Now let's talk about where we work. Leo, where is your office? Do you work in a huge glass building in the center of the city?
No, I do not. I don't work in a big building at all. I work from home. Every single day, my office is just a small desk inside my apartment.
You work entirely from home? Do you enjoy that lifestyle?
Most of the time, I really love it. It's incredibly comfortable. The best part is that I don't have to wear a suit or a tie. In fact, on some days, I just work in my pajamas.
You work in your pajamas? Leo, that is so funny.
It's a secret benefit of working from home. As long as the camera is turned off, no one knows. But to be honest, working from home has some negative sides too.
Really? What are the bad parts of working from your apartment?
Sometimes I feel very lonely. I don't get to see my coworkers in person. I can't just walk over to their desk to chat or drink a coffee together. I have 5 coworkers on my design team, but I only ever see their faces on my computer screen during video meetings. It can feel a little isolating. What about you, Mia? Where is your workplace?
I work in a wonderful small language school, and the best part is that it is very close to my house. It is extremely convenient.
Convenient is a great word. How do you travel to your school?
Because it is so close, I just walk to work every day. It only takes me about 10 minutes on foot. I love walking in the morning fresh air.
10 minutes walking? That is absolute perfection. No traffic jams, no crowded buses, no paying for gasoline. I wish my home office was closer to your school. If it was, maybe we could walk together in the mornings.
That would be lovely, Leo. We could get coffee on the way. Now, I want to know about the details of your day. Walk me through your schedule. What is your typical working day like?
Sure. My day usually starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. First, I turn on my computer, check all my new emails, and drink a massive cup of hot coffee. Then I look at my to-do list for the day.
What kind of tasks are on your to-do list?
Many different things. I might need to sketch new ideas on paper, have a phone call with a new client to discuss their business, or spend hours on my design software making changes to a website. Because every client is different, every single day is a little different. I am never bored.
That sounds very dynamic. What time do you usually finish working?
I usually try to finish at 6 in the evening. By that time, I am usually very, very tired. Staring at a bright computer screen for 8 or 9 hours makes my eyes feel heavy and dry.
Oh, that isn't good for your health. What do you do when your eyes get tired during the day? You must take breaks.
I try to. When my eyes hurt, I stand up, stretch my arms, and walk over to look out of my apartment window. I watch the cars and the people outside, and of course, I talk to Buster the cat.
You talk to your cat about work?
All the time. I hold up a picture and ask him, Buster, do you prefer the orange logo or the blue logo? And he usually looks at me and says, meow. I like to pretend that means he agrees with my design choices.
I think meow just means he wants more food, Leo.
You are probably 100% correct. Okay, enough about my day. Tell me about your typical day at the language school, Mia.
Well, my schedule is a bit earlier than yours. I arrive at the school at 8 in the morning. I need time to prepare my classroom before the children arrive.
How do you prepare the room?
I clean the whiteboard, organize the colorful flashcards, and put all the books on the desks. At 8:30, the children come running in. Every day starts with a strict routine. First, we all sit in a circle, say a big good morning, and sing our welcome song.
A routine is so important for kids. What happens after the song?
Then, we learn our new vocabulary for the day. For example, last week our project was learning all about food vocabulary. We practiced words like apple, banana, bread, milk, and cheese.
Those are essential words for any English beginner.
Yes, they are. After we practice pronouncing the words, we play a matching game with pictures. Then, around 10:30, the children have a short break. They go outside to run around and eat a small, healthy snack. After the break, we read a short English storybook together, practice writing a few letters, and then the school day is over.
Wow. What time do you finish?
The children leave, and I finish at 3:30 in the afternoon.
3:30 in the afternoon? That is amazing. You have the whole late afternoon and evening free. What do you do after work?
First, I usually stop at the supermarket to buy groceries for dinner. Then I take a long, relaxing walk in the city park. And sometimes I meet up with my friends at a local cafe to drink tea and chat.
That sounds like a beautifully balanced life. Can I apply to be one of those friends you meet at the cafe? I love coffee, and I love chatting with you.
We'll see, Leo. You're doing a good job so far. Now, tell me, do you have many meetings at your graphic design job?
Yes, unfortunately, I have quite a few meetings. Because we all work from home, we have a mandatory team meeting every Monday morning on video. We talk about our progress and our new projects for the week.
Is the video meeting usually long?
It depends entirely on my coworker, Ben. Ben is a great guy, but he loves to talk. If Ben starts telling a story about his weekend, the meeting can last for 2 hours. But he is very funny, so we all laugh a lot. It keeps the team spirit high. What about you? Do teachers have meetings?
Yes, we have teacher meetings every Wednesday afternoon, but our meetings are much more serious. We have to discuss student test scores, new teaching materials, and school rules. It isn't very funny, but my boss, the school principal, Mr. Davis, is a very kind man. He almost always brings a big box of fresh cookies for all the teachers to share.
Cookies make any boring meeting 100% better. Mr. Davis sounds like a fantastic boss. Now, let's talk about specific projects. You mentioned the food vocabulary project. Are you working on anything else right now?
Next week, our new project is learning about animals. I'm drawing big pictures of lions, elephants, monkeys, and dogs for the classroom wall. What about you? What is your current design project?
Remember I mentioned a coffee shop earlier? I'm designing a complete brand identity and logo for a brand new coffee shop in the city. The shop is called The Happy Bean.
The Happy Bean. That's such a catchy, cheerful name. What does the logo design look like so far?
Well, my main concept is a large coffee cup, but it isn't just a normal cup. The cup has 2 friendly eyes and a big, sweeping smile on it. It literally is a happy bean.
That sounds incredibly cute and perfect for a friendly cafe. What colors are you using?
That is the big debate right now. The client originally wanted dark brown because coffee is brown. But I think dark brown is a little sad and boring. I'm trying to convince them to use bright orange and warm yellow instead because those colors make people feel energetic and happy.
I completely agree with you. Orange and yellow would look amazing. You really know your stuff, Leo. Speaking of knowing your stuff, what specific skills does a person need to be a successful graphic designer?
Skills? Well, obviously you need technical skills. You have to know how to use complex computer drawing programs. You also need to have an eye for colors and shapes. But honestly, the most important skill is communication. You have to be an excellent listener. If you don't listen carefully to what the client wants, you'll design the wrong thing. What about teaching? What skills do you need to handle a room full of energetic 6-year-olds?
For teaching children, the absolute #1 skill is patience. You must have an endless amount of patience. Children will ask you the same exact question 5 times in a row, and you have to smile and answer kindly every single time.
I don't think I have enough patience for that. What else?
You also need to be extremely organized. If you don't plan every single minute of the lesson, the children will get bored and start causing trouble. And finally, you just need to be empathetic and kind, so the children feel safe enough to make mistakes and learn.
Empathy, patience, and organization. Mia, you are definitely all of those things. You are smart, beautiful, and so wonderfully kind. Your students are very lucky to have you.
Leo, stop. We're supposed to be teaching English, not practicing compliments. But thank you. Tell me, did you always dream of being a graphic designer when you were a little boy?
No, actually I did not. When I was a very young child, I desperately wanted to be an airline pilot. I used to look up at the sky, watch the planes, and dream of flying high above the clouds and traveling to exotic countries. But as I grew older, I realized I was much better at drawing on paper than I was at understanding complex math and machinery. So I changed my path to art. What about you?
My story is a little different. I honestly think I always wanted to be a teacher. When I was a little girl, I used to line up all my teddy bears and dolls on my bed. I made a tiny chalkboard out of cardboard, and I would spend hours teaching my toys how to spell and do basic math. My teddy bears were my very first students.
That is the cutest image I have ever heard in my life. I'm sure your teddy bears were the smartest toys in the neighborhood. If you could not be a teacher today, what other job would you like to try, just for fun?
If I had to change careers completely, I think I would really enjoy being a city tour guide. I absolutely love walking around, meeting new people from different countries, and talking about history and beautiful architecture.
You would be the ultimate tour guide. Your voice is so pleasant to listen to. If I couldn't be a designer, I think I would want to be a professional chef in a nice restaurant. I love chopping vegetables, mixing spices, and cooking. The kitchen is a very relaxing place for me.
Wow, a chef and a tour guide. Maybe we should quit our jobs and open a business together. You can run the kitchen and cook amazing meals, and I will guide the tourists into the restaurant. We can call it the Happy Bean Cafe and Tours.
And I'll design the smiling coffee cup logo for us. It's the perfect business plan. We would make an unstoppable team, Mia.
We just might. Okay, we've talked for a long time and shared so many great workplace stories. I think it's the perfect time to slow down and explain some of the excellent English vocabulary we have used today.
I agree completely. Let's do a deep dive vocabulary review. This is like a special mini English lesson inside our conversation. We will take the most important words, spell them, explain their meanings, and give some clear examples for our learners.
Excellent idea. This is how you truly remember new words. Let's start with a word you used many times when talking about your logo designs. The word is client. C-L-I-E-N-T. Client.
Yes, client. A client is a person or sometimes a whole company that pays you to provide a professional service or do specific work for them. For example, the owner of the Happy Bean coffee shop is my client.
How is a client different from a customer?
They're very similar, but usually we say customer when someone walks into a shop to buy a physical product, like buying an apple at the supermarket. We use client when someone pays for a longer professional service, like a lawyer, an accountant, or a graphic designer.
Perfect explanation. The next word is an adjective that we both used to describe our jobs. Rewarding. R-E-W-A-R-D-I-N-G. Rewarding.
What does it mean when we say a job is rewarding, Mia?
If a job or an activity is rewarding, it means it makes you feel deeply satisfied and happy inside. It makes you feel like your time and effort were worth it because you did something good or helpful.
Exactly. For example, teaching children to read is a very rewarding career. Or volunteering at the animal shelter on weekends is hard work, but it is incredibly rewarding. It fills your heart with a good feeling.
Beautifully said. Okay, next word. We talked about the people we work with. The word is coworker. C-O-W-O-R-K-E-R. Coworker.
A coworker is simply a person who works with you at the same job. You usually share the same boss and you work for the same company. For example, Ben, the man who talks too much in my video meetings, is my coworker.
And the other teachers at my language school are my coworkers. Another very common English word that means the exact same thing is colleague. You can say, I am having lunch with my colleagues, or I am having lunch with my coworkers. Both are perfect.
Great. Now let's look at the word convenient. C-O-N-V-E-N-I-E-N-T. Convenient. You said walking to your school is convenient.
Yes, if a situation or a thing is convenient, it means it is very easy to do and it saves you time, effort, or trouble. Because my school is only a 10-minute walk from my home, I don't have to wait for a bus or sit in traffic. That is very convenient.
Here are a few more examples. Buying groceries online and having them delivered to your door is very convenient. Or having a coffee machine right next to my desk is very convenient for my early mornings. It is the opposite of difficult or complicated.
Next up, let's talk about the word skills. 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 We both said we need different skills for our jobs.
A skill is a specific ability. It is something you can do very well because you have spent time learning it and practicing it. You're not just born with it, you work for it.
Exactly. For example, playing the piano is a skill. Drawing beautiful logos on a computer is a skill. And for everyone listening to us right now, understanding and speaking English is an incredibly valuable skill. You are building your skills today.
Okay, moving on to the word routine. R-O-U-T-I-N-E, routine. What is a routine, Mia?
A routine is the usual, normal, step-by-step way you do things. It is the specific order of activities you follow regularly, often every single day.
For example, my morning routine is wake up, feed Buster the cat, make coffee, and check my emails. I do that in the same order every day.
And my classroom routine is sit in a circle, sing the Good Morning song, and practice flashcards. Having a solid routine helps you stay organized and focused.
Let's look at the word project. P-R-O-J-E-C-T. Project.
Mia, a project is a specific, planned piece of work that has a clear beginning and a clear end. It is usually a bigger task than just answering an email.
Yes, designing the Happy Bean logo is a project. Once the logo is finished and the client is happy, the project is complete. Building a new bridge is a massive construction project. Planning a big family holiday can also be a fun project.
Finally, let's do one last very important word, responsibility. R-E-S-P-O-N-S-I-B-I-L-I-T-Y. Responsibility. It's a long word, but very common in the workplace.
A responsibility is a duty. It is something you have to do because it's your job or because people are trusting you to do it. It's a serious obligation.
For example, it is my responsibility to make sure my young students are safe and learning well. It is a parent's responsibility to feed and clothe their children.
And it is my responsibility to finish my design projects on time so my clients can open their businesses. Responsibility is all about trust and doing the right thing.
Wow, we covered so much rich vocabulary today. Let's say all the words one more time in a quick list so our listeners can hear the pronunciation clearly. Client, rewarding, coworker, convenient, skills, routine, project, responsibility.
Fantastic. Please do not worry if you cannot memorize all 8 words today. That is completely okay. Just try to pick 1 or 2 words that you like and try to use them in a sentence this week. Learning English step by step is the most rewarding project you can do.
To help our viewers practice these words in a realistic situation, let's do a short, fun role play. Let's pretend we're at a job interview. This will show our listeners how to use these words naturally in a professional setting.
I love role plays. Okay, I will be the strict, serious boss interviewing you for a job at my company. You are the nervous but talented candidate. Are you ready?
I am ready. Let's set the scene.
Good morning, Mia. Thank you for coming into the office today for this interview. Please have a seat.
Good morning, Mr. Leo. Thank you so much for the opportunity. The location of your office is very convenient for me, as I live quite close by.
Excellent to hear. So, Mia, we're looking for a new team leader. Can you tell me a little bit about your skills? What makes you a good fit for this job?
Certainly. I have strong communication skills, and I'm very organized. In my last job, I was given the responsibility of managing 3 large team projects at the same time. I made sure every deadline was met.
That sounds very impressive. Teamwork is vital here. How do you usually get along with your coworkers?
I enjoy working in a team. I believe that supporting my coworkers makes the workplace positive. I always try to help out if someone is struggling with their daily routine.
Wonderful. And finally, what do you find most rewarding about your career?
For me, the most rewarding part is helping a client solve a difficult problem. When a client leaves our office happy, I feel that I have truly done a good job.
That is a fantastic answer, Mia. You are hired.
Wow, I got the job. Thank you, Mr. Leo.
You were brilliant. You used almost all of our vocabulary words seamlessly. Viewers, you can re-listen to that role play to hear how native speakers naturally use words like convenient, skills, responsibility, projects, co-workers, routine, rewarding, and client in a professional setting.
It's a great way to study. We have talked about so much today. We started by answering the simple but essential question, what do you do? We learned that Leo is a graphic designer and I am an English teacher.
We also went deep into what our daily schedules look like. We talked about waking up early, working from home versus walking to a school, the funny and frustrating parts of dealing with clients and children, and even our childhood dreams of being a pilot and a teacher.
We discussed the tiring parts of our jobs, but most importantly, we focused on the rewarding parts. Finding joy and satisfaction in your daily work is what makes a career truly special.
And now, friends, it is time for our absolute favorite part of the entire video.
It's the moment we pass the microphone over to you.
Yes, it is time for the question of the day. We always love to hear from you in the comments section. Reading your answers is the highlight of our week, and it's fantastic free writing practice for you.
Today's question is directly related to everything we just discussed. The question is, what is your job or what is your absolute dream job?
Please tell us your story. You don't need to write a perfect, complex essay. You can write a very short, simple sentence like, I am a university student, or I am a nurse at a hospital, or I work in a busy restaurant. Or if you are searching for work right now, or if you are still in school, tell us about the job you dream of having in the future. You can say, my dream job is to be a famous chef, or I want to be an airplane pilot. Or, my dream is to start my own business.
We honestly look forward to reading every single comment. We really do read them all. We are always so happy to learn more about where you are from and what your goals are.
Before we wrap up this massive deep dive into the workplace, I have one final, very important responsibility today. For our third and final time, if you haven't done it yet, please click the subscribe button and hit the like button to support Neo Daily English. It takes you only 1 second, but it means the absolute world to us.
Yes, and if you have a friend, a family member, or a coworker who is also trying to learn English, please share this video with them. Learning a new language with a friend makes the journey so much easier and far more fun. You can even practice the role play we just did together.
Thank you so much for spending so much of your valuable time practicing English with us today. We know that learning a completely new language is an incredibly big project. It is not easy, and there are days when you will feel frustrated. But you are here, you are watching, and you are trying your absolute best.
Please remember to always be kind to yourself. It is completely okay to make mistakes when you speak or write. Mistakes are not failures. They are proof that you are trying. Mistakes are how our brains learn and grow.
Keep learning, keep practicing your new vocabulary, keep moving forward step by step, and we will see you again very soon for our next exciting English lesson. And Mia, I think it is finally time for you to let me take you out to a cafe. I need to buy you a coffee and a big piece of cake after all this hard work.
You know what, Leo? That sounds like the most rewarding idea I have heard all day. Best news ever. Let's go get that coffee.
Wonderful. Bye for now, everyone. Have a safe, productive, and beautiful day at work or wherever you are.
Keep smiling, friends. Goodbye.
Well, that's all for today. Before you go on your way, let me know in the comments, what topics should we cover next? Your suggestions help shape this channel. If you found value in this lesson, hit that like button and subscribe to stay consistent.